Hi writers, welcome back to Writing Workshop. Thumbs up if you're able to think of a true story from your own life last time and write about it. That's awesome. Today I want to talk about a problem that some writers run into when they go to write stories like this. Some writers, when they go to write stories, they do this. One day I went to feed my babies, and so I got the food ready, and then I fed the first baby, and then I fed the second baby, and then they made funny faces. And then they go to the second page, and they have nothing to write because they wrote everything on the first page. Did that happen to you? It happens to some writers. Here's something different that writers do. On this page, they write about feeding the babies. Then on this page, they write about going to the beach. And then on this page, they write about falling down and hurting themselves. That's 3 separate stories. So today I want to teach you that before you go to write, it really helps to plan out your story. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. We're going to touch each page of our story and tell out loud what we want to say on that page. Then we're going to sketch a picture on each page before we start writing. So watch how I do that. Okay, writers, so now I'm going to get ready to write my story about feeding my babies, and I'm going to plan out my story by touching and telling what I'm going to write on each page, and then sketching the pictures before I write. All right, so let me start on this first page with the picture. Oh, wait. I have to touch and tell first, remember? So let me close up my marker, and I'm going to touch and tell the story first. On this first page, I want to say, we were getting ready to feed the babies, so we got the food ready. On this next page, I want to say, then we fed Kazi. And on this last page, I want to say, last we fed Jude. All right, so now I'm ready to start writing, right? Nope, I've got to sketch my pictures first. So first, I'm going to do a quick sketch of what I wanted to write on this first page. So I'm going to just draw the babies. And remember, when you're doing a sketch, it's just quick. You're not taking too much time on the picture. You're just trying to remind yourself what you're going to write on that page. So I just have the babies and the bowls and the spoons. So now I can go to my next page. And on this page, remember I wanted to write about feeding the first baby. So I'm going to draw the baby with their mouth open and the spoon. And then I'm going to draw a C on it to show that it's Kazi. All right, and then I'm going to do my next sketch. So this is feeding the second baby. So I'm going to draw the baby with their mouth open. And I'm going to put a J to remind myself that it's Jude. All right, so I planned out my story. I touched each page, and then I sketched on each page. Writers, did you see how I didn't just start writing on the first page? How I took the time to touch each page, plan what I wanted to say it out loud, and then I went back and sketched my pictures. This is going to help you out because there might be a time where you don't get to finish all the words, but the pictures will help you remember what you wanted to say on that page. So right now, you're going to pause this movie in a minute, and I want you to plan out your own story. Touch each page, say what you're going to say on each page, and then sketch on your pages. And then press play again to hear the rest of the lesson. So writers, I hope that you were able to plan out your story by touching the pages and then sketching on each page before you started writing the words. So now you're ready to go off and start writing. Before you start, I did want to share with you a story from a first grader who did just what you just did, planned out their story, sketched their pictures, and then went back and wrote their words. So this story says, when I was riding my bike with my friends, I fell down. I started to cry. It hurt very bad, very bad. I had to get a bandage. My mommy took me inside. I watched some TV, and I said, cool. So do you see how this writer has a part of their story on each page? They didn't just write all the story on one page. or they didn't switch to different stories on each page, like we talked about in the beginning of this lesson. So I can't wait to see what you write. Have fun writing today, and happy writing.